Well, we are again here in Vonore, which we know is steeped in history. It also has a connection to one of the most famous Cherokee Indians, and there's a place right here in town where you can learn all about him.
At the border between an ancient world and a new nation, a child was born. Sequoyah.
Sequoyah was born in the Overhill Cherokee town of Tuskegee, the area now known as Monroe County, Tennessee.
Sequoyah is a very fascinating person. He's an incredible Cherokee.
And if you want to know what makes him so incredible, you may want to make a stop at the Sequoyah Birthplace Museum.
It tells the story about Sequoyah, the culture of the Cherokee, a lot of the things that are happening in Cherokee culture in the late 18th century and in the early 19th century, with Sequoyah creating his syllabary and then it being changed to a printing press Cherokee syllabary so that they can print the Phoenix, the Cherokee newspaper.
What makes all of that so remarkable is that Sequoyah was illiterate, and yet he still went on to create that Cherokee syllabary, which is a set of written symbols to represent each syllable that is still used today.
There's a number of different stories about Sequoyah, and one of them is about seeing soldiers write orders, and he's amazed that this little piece of paper tells this officer to be at the forks of the river on Thursday because of that note. He's just amazed. And it gets him to thinking about, well, we could maybe create a way of writing our language on a piece of paper. And that happens at the Tellico Blockhouse. He would have seen the officers there writing orders, reading letters, writing letters. And I think that's where the spark started, where he starts contemplating about how to create a writing system.
That syllabary came in handy when Sequoyah needed to keep track of what customers owed him in his blacksmith shop. But it did not come easy. Sequoyah spent 12 years working to create it, which the museum offers up as a lesson for all of us.
We have a portrait that comes to life. And, it basically tells you that if you're going to create something, if you want to do something, it's going to take time, it's going to take struggle, there'll be people that are not going to help you, but you keep persevering and eventually you could succeed.
Well, also at the museum, you can go outside and there's a little space set up to look like Sequoyah's blacksmith shop. You can also tour a little cabin on site to show you what life was like when the settlers were here in the early 1800s. So pretty cool things to see there, that's for sure.